Hey, what is up, guys? Tover here, bringing you another high-level Halo Wars commentary. Today, we're going to be playing on the docks against SL Power Turret in Hazard Fury, and I will be with Pursue all day, and we will be having a Cutter RB mirror. So, a little backstory to this game is I never really had any beef with SL Power Turret, but apparently, when he came back a couple months ago from a pretty long hiatus, he decided that he didn't like me after I guess he just like didn't like losing so many times, so he just decided he doesn't like me, and he sent me a message telling him basically to send him a friend request, and he wants to search me and take all my true skill and stuff, and I'm like whatever, and I try to send a friend request, and lo and behold, he blocked me. So I don't really get what that's about, but I really never talked to him in the past or that much or really had any problems with him, but apparently he has a problem with me. So that just makes this game all the merrier, I guess. We actually played like 15 or 16 games since his return, and to say the least, he's been struggling, no matter who his teammate is, to come out with that W. But we're gonna see what he can do this game, and yeah. As you saw, probably if you were watching the video, me and Pursue had trouble getting into a party with each other because, like, right when this game started, like, both of us lagged out of the party, and then it wasn't letting us join each other's party, and it was just probably an Xbox glitch or something. But it definitely didn't make the start of this game any easier on us because we were both. I was trying to invite him to a party, and he was trying to invite me to a party, and it just wasn't working out. I was doing my best to just build on my base and not have any delays while picking up money and join parties and invite him to parties. But we ended up getting it worked out. And finally, we're in the same party, so now we can actually play the game. So a lot of people don't know about this money. On depending on the supply drop, on the good on the supply drop where the money is in the middle, not next to the signs. There's actually money in the top right and top left corner of the mini map right now. And on when the money in the middle is next to the signs, there's actually money on the top right that you actually won't take any damage getting. So a lot of people just don't know about that crate. So maybe next time you play on docks, you're gonna know about it, and you're gonna be up 90 supplies on the other team just because you do. So I'm gonna be doing a pretty standard build this game. I'm gonna be going into my goal this game is to go into a candy down tech because in a cutter mirror on the docks, if you don't do a candy down tech, you're pretty much asking for some hurt. If you can push off the candy down tech, if you don't and they do, then you're in a pretty damn good spot. But it's basically an all-in push in the middle of the game, and it's really tough to defend off if you get your canister denied or if you get some tank storage down or anything like that. So it looks like this game, Hazard Fury decided to go on offense with his RB while Pursue decided to play defense. It doesn't look like he's really trying to grunt much down or get fiendish or anything. He's just trying to get into quick citadel and a bunch of heavies, which isn't a bad move on his part. And I go over to Power Turret's base and I look and I see that's definitely not a canny down tech build. It looks like he's doing more of an eco build. He's probably going to try to get some heavy pads and just try to push off my candy down tech. But I'm gonna see if we're gonna be able to see if he can do it or not this game. So it looks like Hazard Fury is going straight into double summits. We're assuming double summit because when you throw up summit 6 and then he throws up summit 7th. So we know we're going to be dealing with Banshees. So at this point, Pursue hasn't taken any damage on his base, and he's just getting all heavies. He's throwing a summit 7th as well, and his goal is just to get into super quick vampires before even teching his RB. I just have my hogs in front of his base because he's still locked. I don't really know if he has any grunts locked inside. I'm assuming he doesn't, and if he does have any, he might have one. But I want to be there just in case he does unlock a grunt or something. Because if he did, that could be a free heavy off of Pursue's base. But instead, he does build a grunt, and he just ends up throwing it into my warthog, which pretty much ended up being a waste. That did really nothing because I wasn't really using my hogs to pick up money anymore, and the purpose of them literally was to kill the grunt. So I'm okay with that trade. It just pretty much 160 wasted on him, and Pursue didn't take any damage on his base, and Hazard's RB is less than half health now. So I got my first tank out. With this build, I'm going to build two quick tanks, and then go straight into Canny, and then down tech it on my main, and basically have a triple depot up for a short period of time. So I'm just going to be chasing this RB in circles. We just want to get him off our side of the map. We really don't care if he rages or not, because if he starts raging my 2 tanks, he probably A, doesn't have the money because he's going straight into double summits. And B, if we get him to recall or something, or if we need to let him get a heal, that just puts one of them behind, or even both of them behind if they recall and heal. So he ends up recalling, which is it's pretty good for us. And we see he's bringing non-boost Banshees over to Pursue's base. Power Turret brings up a random stock tank to my base. I don't understand what he was really trying to do with that, because he's going to shoot a pad down for like 5 seconds and then decide he's going to leave. He saw me down tech right there. So right now I'm pretty worried. I'm a little concerned that they're going to fly their 3 or 4 non-boost Banshees that may get boost and mac down my canny that's going up, since they clearly saw, Power Turret should have clearly saw I down teched that reactor on my Expo. And if they stop my canny that I already down teched, we're going to be in a pretty bad spot here. But instead, he just has a Fury, opts to just shoot some Pursue supply pads, and he gets a vamp out, and they're not even going to end up going for my canister shell, which, if they, just a pretty bad move on their part in general, because they easily could have macked it down and shot it with a couple Banshee shots. So now I have about 3 tanks. They're going to be on canister shell soon, and we're just going to go for our big push. It's pretty much an all-in push, but we're pretty sure we can win with this all-in push. So he's bringing his RB up with me. He has some vampires. Pursue has some vampires on defense. I sell my depot because I don't need a 3rd depot anymore. The whole purpose was just to get canny out of it at that point in the game. We have a couple of vampires on the field. They have maybe 8 or 10 banshees on the field, or they're just double pumping banshees. I don't think Hazard has any intention of teching his RB or going into vampires this game. So here is the big push. At this point, I see that Power Turret is on Fortress, and he has a canny reactor up, and he has 2 tanks in the back. And at this point, I see there's canister shell right there. That's the one thing I want to kill. If I can kill that canister shell, especially without a Mac Blast, he's gonna be SL stock tanks for the entire game pretty much, assuming I'm going to be able to kill both these depots. Luckily, I kill it in time. He uses his money that he got back from that depot dying to drop a D-bomb. We're both on 3 tanks, but the difference is I have canister shell. At this point, I tell Pursue that they're pretty much destroying my Expo with like a bunch of Banshees. So he sends his vampires back, and I'm just going to be basically running in circles around this base, trying to kill the depots, kill the supply pads, and hopefully eventually be able to main it down while Power Turret is on stock tanks and doesn't have a depot up, while I'm still double pumping, or at least like 1.5 pumping, because he shuts on my Expo. So here's the point where I'm circling. All the Banshees come back. I'm just doing my best to run away from them, because boost Banshees, he didn't boost shot, which you can do sometimes, but he didn't get the boost shot off. And if you just run away in a straight line or in diagonals and stuff, sometimes the Banshees miss. Power Turret tries to drop a Mac Blast and completely misses. And I have 4 tanks. The RB comes in. They're throwing the house at me pretty much. I canny him, and I pretty much kill him. Hazard has an engineer. That's something he does pretty much every game. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But this game, I don't think that engineer was quite worth it. So we're raging their tanks. They don't have an RB anymore. We have Vamp Lead, and they're going to resign. So thanks for watching, and see you guys next time.